This edition right here on Delta Television, The People's Pride. Snaps of fingers had to call my attention because I was really soaked in a book I was reading right now while on set. What's next is the author. He's going to come around here and talk to us about a book that he authored himself. It's called The Moral Agenda with Renewed Hope. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a man who is transcended beyond just being a reverend, but also an academia, one who is very solid and who has stood so strongly, whether in the things of the Lord and the things of education. And now he has entered the things of government, because some people say to make the government work, you should be part of the government.
That's right.
To ensure that we have a better place. Nobody else but the man you see looking like what he is. He is Reverend Professor Uke Akukute. It's good to have you right here.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Your book is big. And looking at it, I don't even know where exactly to start. But I'm going to feast on it when we are done on this show. As soon as possible, I'm going to feast on that. It's called The Moral Agenda with Renewed Hope. Before we even start up with the interview today, the question is simple. What inspired you? That's the first question you'll be asked. You know that, to put this into writing.
I received my inspiration from two sources. First of all, from the Almighty God.
Okay.
In the year 2005, the Lord definitely instructed me to go into political evangelism.
2005.
In 2005. That when I hear what government wants to do, I should write on how government can do it in the best divine way to the glory of God and for the benefit of the majority in the country. So I keep on writing, trying to recommend divine suggestions that can help our country to be a better place, can help our state to be a better place. So I receive this from the Lord, and I'll be doing it. I've written books on topical national issues.
Yeah.
I've received up to 6 letters from the presidency in Abuja because of my books from different areas. I received from state governments. I started writing in Delta State here. I started writing to reject what government is doing and make my suggestions during the time of His Excellency Dr. Emmanuel Udwan.
Okay.
I published 5 books. I wrote 5 books.
Wow.
During the time of Udwan, in the time of His Excellency Dr. Kowatu, I published 8 books.
Wow.
So now His Excellency Right Honorable Edda Sheriff Olowore is now the governor. I've written 4 books in support of the government. And I want to say that apart from divine inspiration, I'm also greatly inspired and motivated by the great work that His Excellency the Governor is doing. See, our governor is doing so much, and we have a lot of infrastructural projects all over the state. We are seeing flyovers being multiplied, So His Excellency the Governor has governed the state with prudence and magnificence. And today we hear of a governor who tells us publicly that there's money. He's not indulging in reckless borrowing. And you see, he's doing so much for the masses.
All right.
For those who are civil servants, he just approved 30 months salary.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
True.
just say that His Excellency the Governor has fabulously sherified debtors.
Yes.
He should be celebrated.
Yes.
So I'm inspired by the great work and, of course, the excellent performance of the governor.
Okay, so you have grace for writing, and that is indeed very inspiring. Reverend Professor, let's begin with your journey, which is a very admirable one. Your academic background spans engineering, theology, peace building, and conflict resolution. But many would see these as very different disciplines. How did you all converge this into one life's calling?
Well, I received God's divine calling into full-time ministry in 1993.
Okay.
I finished from the University of Benin in 1992. I read engineering. God gave me the grace to come out with a 2-1 in engineering.
What year?
And 1992.
Okay.
So I became Unibank graduate in 1992. And by the grace of God, I had up to 3 job offers. Unibank wanted to retain me because I was one of the best in my set.
Wow.
Then even where I did my NYC Federal Polytechnic bidder, they retained me. They gave me a letter of appointment with that interview as a lecturer.
Wow.
As after my NYC, I also had another offer job from an oil company. But behold, the Lord came in and insisted that I must leave all those things and work for him. So that is how I decided to work for the Lord. But the Lord told me that even when I'm working for him, I should develop myself because he wants to use me as a scholarly teacher of his people. And I should attend seminaries. So I started attending seminaries very immediately. Our church was inaugurated in 1994. I couldn't even work. I couldn't even do the lecture work. I left it. And I go to seminary. I studied. And by 1998, I started lecturing the seminary. For over 20 years, I've been a provost of a seminary and a rector of an institute. And by the grace of God, I write copiously and stupendously.
That's beautiful.
And whenever I want to write, I'm half married. My wife knows what it means. Whenever I want to write, I'm half married. And where I'm writing, you don't go there. You don't knock the door.
I think I know what that means as well.
Tomorrow. You know, even my children know what I say. I'm writing tomorrow. You know that through that period, visually,
yes.
That is the level of devotion, academicality.
Sure, can relate to that.
It's powerful. There are those who would criticize reverends who are in the world of politics. They say how politics is dirty. And it's not of God that meets people, clean people that stay away from anything that's associated with evil. Why would you go close to politics that they are very bad men? What has your response been to such people?
The Bible says in Matthew chapter 5 that we should be the light and the salt of the world. We should be the light and the salt of the world. It is a universal aphorism. You cannot correct a system from outside the system. If you remain an armchair critic outside the government, you cannot correct what's happening in the government. When we have a preponderance of righteous people in government, when we have a preponderance, an avalanche of good people in government, then you can expect the government to be good. Expect the government to be righteous. So what we are saying that those who say they are good, who say they are righteous, the only way they can influence politics and governance is to get involved actively, register to become a member of a political party, contest for election, and go there and prove that you can do better. So that is it. We have a lot of armchair critics who sermonize and even pontificate on what they would have done if they were in government. But I want to tell you, if they have the opportunity, they will do worse than do that criticizing. So for me, it is like I said, God gave me a mandate of what I call political evangelism. So, and God told me when they give me anytime I'm giving any appointment or opportunity, I should be able to prove that a Christian can do better.
A Christian can do better. I like that.
At least I've done my little best to show that at least a Christian can do better in some positions.
Peace building and conflict resolution. That's where you stand now.
Yes.
How's that going? And then there's a philosophical question to that. Because many people think that peace is the absence of violence. From your experience, what does genuine peace actually mean?
Well, we talk about genuine peace, and the Bible talks about perfect peace and divine peace. When you go to the scripture, you find that perfect peace comes from God. Genuine peace comes from God.
2005.
Through the possession of divine qualities. It's when you speak and act in a divine way, in consonant with biblical stipulations, that you can have peace. So our innate or primordial sterling qualities will engineer peace. Those who naturally or behaviorally or habitually are cantankerous and pugnacious, they cannot have peace and they will not allow us to have peace.
All right.
The Bible tells us in Matthew 5 that we should be peacemakers. So those who make peace are interested in peace. Those are the people that can really have peace. Those are the people that can engineer peace in society.
Okay.
So peace building is very, very important. And to be counted as a peace builder, you yourself must be peaceful in
You
disposition.
must be peaceful, right?
Peaceful in disposition. You should be a habitual and perpetual peacemaker.
Okay.
You should not be a habitual and a perpetual troublemaker. That is the truth.
Troublemaker. Okay. Across Nigeria today, we are confronted with insecurity, political division, economic hardship, and also growing social tension. Would you say the country is facing more of a security crisis or a relationship crisis?
Well, I've noticed a political trend.
Okay.
In around 2014, before the election, the insecurity rose astronomically. When this time around, the election is coming close, the insecurity is rising again. So I begin to see that Nigeria is security Nigeria, this security we see in Nigeria is a subject of seasonal political manipulation. I'm seeing it as a sort of is being skyrocketed by seasonal political manipulation. So that's the truth. I want to say that His Excellency President Bola Tinubu has done so much to tackle this security, and I will not be afraid to say it. And those who appear to be the political opponents of the president, they are working surreptitiously and prodigiously to engineer insecurity in different places, to discredit the president, and maybe to make Nigeria ungovernable. So this is what we are saying in Nigeria. But I want to say that the president has done so much, and he doing so much. Even in our own state here, His Excellency the governor has done so much in security.
And Delta State has won the safest state in terms of security.
Yes, the government Delta State is working on.
Yes.
I'm looking at your book now, on chapter 8, but I'm not that fast a reader. But I saw this one, it struck my attention, it got my attention, it caught it entirely. The Holy Quran and the moral agenda. Reverend, you are a reverend.
Yes.
I don't understand why you tell your wife and children to leave the room. Because a Christian reverend, I have a chapter 8 saying the Holy Quran and the moral agenda. I'm seeing some thoughts from the Quran.
Yes. Let me see. I've published 47 books.
Okay.
And I've quoted the Quran in 6 of my books.
So you can actually quote the Quran.
I read Quran. I have Quran in my office in the church. I have Quran in my house.
Oh wow.
I'm not directly my spare time I read Quran because I'm called to be an interreligious writer. An interreligious speaker. I can speak to Muslims, use the Quran to preach to them. I can use the Bible to speak to Christians. So I'm not called just to preach to Christians.
How did this
program I had yesterday, I invited Muslim leaders. And the head of the it was there.
Beautiful.
It was in the panel.
I want you to summarize this chapter 8 for me. How it concerns this, because now I'm very curious.
When I want to write a book and I want to put Quran, I will read through the Quran randomly. And I pick some verses which they call surah, relevant to my work. I analyze them. So
how does the Quran relate to the moral agenda with you?
Every holy book of every religion contains what I say prerequisites for morality and sanctity.
Okay.
So just as the Bible prescribes many things to enhance morality, so the Quran also prescribes many things to enhance morality. So if you want to write on morality, you can see some verses in the Bible, you can see some verses in the Quran to you. So
and connect it.
Connect it.
Okay.
That's what I did in the book.
Okay.
But I said I'm an interreligious writer. So I write for Christian, I write for Muslim.
Beautiful.
I think I might be lost reading the book. Continue the interview.
Okay, Reverend Professor. So conflict is often associated with wars and communal clashes. That's what we know. And yet families break down, churches split. We have more criminal activities, communities become polarized. At what point does an ordinary disagreement become a conflict requiring a deliberate intervention?
Well, we normally hear that a stitch in time saves 9.
Okay.
A stitch in time saves 9. Even a little family disagreement, if it is not expeditiously handled on time, can degenerate into a crisis. So that is the truth. So some of the problems we have are there because even when I want to say that there are even some of our leaders who have not mastered the art of taking preventive and preemptive actions. Preventive and preemptive actions will stop some things from degenerating from little agreement to a full-blown crisis. But I think that I heard that some people feel that it is when there's a full-blown crisis they can make money. So there are some people who are in a position to quench the thing when it is still at gestation period.
Yeah.
They will not quench it because if they quench that time, they will not be able to raise money to make money from it. So they leave the thing to blow up. When they have killed people, they will raise a very big memo, millions to be spent to handle the matter. So they don't want to spend little money to prevent crisis. So people prefer the crisis, let it become gargantuan, hyperbolic. Then they will raise big money to handle the big crisis. So that's what I feel, because I don't know. I know sometimes that you hear of warning signs, early warning signs given to some people who are in position of authority, and they will ignore it. They will not act on the idea that houses have been bought, people have been killed, then they will come up. So Nigeria, it is part of our symptomatic, I don't know, it's a part of our attitudinal malady. It is part of the attitudinal malady of some of our people who are in authority. To always want to embark on last minute fire brigade approach. So I pray that the Lord will help us to have an attitudinal change to handle crisis right from the gestation period. When it's just coming up, you handle it and kill it. You don't wait until it becomes full blown and blood is shed before you begin to act.
Okay. Delta State is one of Nigeria's most diverse states. You know, whether we talk about the George Urobo, the Abioma, Isoko, Ishekiri, and people even say there are others. How can diversity become a strength instead of a source of division?
Well, Delta State has a cultural diversity. Maybe one of the most difficult states to govern. I don't like government, the government Delta State, we have to appreciate. We have different, there are some states that are culturally homogeneous, but Delta State is culturally heterogeneous. And so this heterogeneity and diversity of Delta State is a crucial problem in planning. But in any case, if you look at the more agenda of His Excellency, the E component is enhanced peace and security. And I thank God that His Excellency, the governor of Delta State, has used divine wisdom, and what I may call divine bravado, to handle issues expeditiously. And in this government, we have not had a terrible escalation of crisis. The government has really tried so much to handle issues.
All right.
That's what I can say.
Okay, Reverend Professor, so recently conversations around constitutional reforms, state policing, and stronger local institution have again taken center stage nationally. From a peace building perspective, do stronger institutions naturally produce more peaceful societies?
Yes, I cannot remember the name, but a former American president made a comment that Africa needs strong institutions, not strong individuals. They say Africa needs strong institutions, not strong individuals. When we say strong institutions that are shielded from political manipulation, from financial inducement. Those are strong institutions that have standardized procedures that cannot be circumvented by Nigerian factor, which is called bribe. So that is strong institutions. I want to say repeatedly that some of the institutions that are supposed to be strong are weak. And so the weakness of the institutions in Nigeria is a major challenge that is even fueling the insecurity. So because if you can always get justice from the judiciary, you can always get justice from the police, you can always get justice from DSS, you can always get justice from security agencies without giving a bribe, without knowing somebody up there, insecurity will reduce. But when you are in a situation where you cannot get justice sometimes you cannot get justice except you are able to pass with some money, except you know somebody up there that will call for you or press button as they normally say, or they say mama do in our local language. There's problem. So I want to say that this security that we have is also caused by injustice.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I believe that quote was from former President Barack Obama.
Yes.
Africa doesn't need strong men, it needs strong institutions. I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Reverend, an engineer,
Professor,
a man of many colors, a man who knows the Quran,
yes,
not just the Bible.
Not just the Bible.
When we are done here, I would follow you so you can train me more in many of these things, and I would read this book entirely. The Moral Agenda with Renewed Hope, and that's what we want. A Delta State where people understand the government and people function in a way that can make the state grow. Thank you of all that.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for this privilege.
Thank you.
To speak on the Moral Agenda with Renewed Hope.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
When we come back, the Moral Agenda with Economic Hope right here on Wednesday edition of Morning Ride. You'll find out why up next on this station. Stay with us.